Can you tell the difference between these two people? Sure, there are differences such as like facial structure, their smiles, you know, even that girl has a piercing. But should these differences prevent equal protection under the United States government? What if I were to tell you that one of these people is prevented from experiencing one of the most basic of human needs, which is companionship, while the other was left to her own devices? We all undoubtedly know or have befriended somebody who is homosexual. I know that I have, especially on such a large campus. But I ask you, is love only for heterosexuals? Today, the gay community is arguably one of the most oppressed people groups in America. Sarah Schulman claims that the hatred and abuse is due to the constant state of homophobia that is instilled in today's society. Kathy Porras also claims that gay marriage is becoming one of the major civil rights battles for our generation. However, things are improving. California State Senator Carol Migden claims that 7 out of 10 people under 30 are in support of gay marriage, but this is not the majority. It's actually a pretty small minority, and it has allowed things such as Proposition 8, which illegalized gay marriage in California on the basis that marriage is only between a man and a woman, to get passed. Currently, gay marriage is legal in only 5 states, based on the National Public Radio map. As you can see, there are 5 states in green, and those are the 5 states that allow gay marriage. Some may ask about a civil union. Ruth Venita claims that a civil union is nothing more than watered-down version of marriage with fewer rights. And this is absolutely unacceptable. Every person should have the same rights. Every person is equal. So I propose that we should legalize gay marriage and make it equal to straight marriage. This is for 3 reasons. First, the fact that everyone is equal and should have ample opportunities to marry and love who they wish. Second, because marriage is not specifically defined. It's an association in society, and it's not just a standard. And third, there are negative effects to not being able to, for gay couples. The Declaration of Independence says that all people are born with certain unalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I ask you, is this doctrine of total equality and freedom true? If you answered yes to that question, as I hope you did, then how can we as a country deny the needs of the rights of the gay minority, the few, then to meet the expectations of the heterosexual majority, or the many? They bleed, they hurt, and they love just like us. An example being Karen and Kathleen, who were married in San Francisco prior to Proposition 8, after being lovers for 18 years. This brings us to the next point of the definition of marriage. Venita claims that many marriages have been outlawed over the centuries, such as interracial marriage in America. Now it seems that this resentment has shifted to the gay community and caused legislation to be passed preventing same-sex marriage. This brings us to the question, what is marriage? Venita also argues that marriage is not gay or straight. The 2 partners may define themselves individually as heterosexual or homosexual, but all that's necessary is commitment. Aside from that, someone's sexual orientation does not define them as a person. People are people. Some are selfish, others are just manipulative. But it is wrong to automatically attribute negative stereotypes to someone just because of their sexual orientation. That's just like racism. This leads us to the final point on the negative effects on the gay community. We have all seen our parents fight and argue, and I'm sure at times it looks like marriage is not fun. But did you know that there are certain perks to being married, aside from making up after a fight? Such as tax breaks and tax write-offs. However, many of these perks only apply to straight couples. Venita claims that in the United States, married heterosexual couples acquire 1,049 total rights, some of which are crucial to their ability to live together. But because homosexual couples are not legal, they don't receive a lot of these right breaks or whatever. And it puts them at extreme disadvantage to their heterosexual counterparts. But who's to say that this isn't justified? This leads us to the final, to the arguments against gay marriage. We have all heard arguments against gay marriage. I will focus on 2 of the most used ones, which is that first, being gay is wrong, so encouraging them to marry is encouraging sin. And second, that same-sex marriage would threaten the very ideal and fabric of marriage. I actually know a lot about this first argument because I went to a Christian school for 12 years. And an example of this there was one kid in my school who actually came out of the closet. and for 2 years he had to go through therapy to make him straight. And I know it sounds really dumb, but he did not change, clearly, because that's who he was. And you can't change as a person. You wouldn't want to kiss if you were a heterosexual person, someone of your same gender. So why should they be forced to change who they are? The second idea is that gay marriage destroyed the idea of marriage. This is perhaps the weakest argument. I believe that it would actually strengthen it. Not only would you have many more married couples, but you wouldn't have undercover brothers and closet cases. So there wouldn't be marriages that are only for the companionship aspect of it, but for actual love. The issue of gay marriage is an ongoing debate in American society today. I believe that marriage is marriage, and as such, it should be equal, so long as both are of legal age and consent. I believe this for 3 reasons. First, everyone should have the right to marry and love who they want to. Second, that marriage is not set in stone. And third, that its connotation is that it's by denying gay rights, you are threatening many people's livelihoods. I hope that you now have a much better understanding and appreciation for the plight of the gay community, and will help whenever possible. So I'll leave you with this. Is it right to deny the needs of the few to maintain the expectations of the many? Thank you.